Jason, you want revenge on the man who hurt you? You've got one shot. Come back to the manor. Let us help you. Don't let Joker wait.
How now?
He misses you. We all do.
The clouds are charged tonight. It's time. Someone put a gun on her. Anyone hurts her, they're a dead man.
Ideology. Would you kill to protect the ones you love, or perhaps find a morally better alternative? This ideological argument mainly concerns the ideology battle between Batman and Red Hood. Who is the morally better hero? Who has the best ideology for the city? Who has the best option to keep the citizens of Gotham safe? This is an argument I have seen between many people in the DC community, and it's something that people just argue all the time. Is Batman inherently killing millions by not killing the Joker, or is it the morally right way to things? The thing is, you could say that Batman's ideology is flawed, and perhaps I will probably agree with you, but we need to understand Batman's character to why he doesn't kill. However, before we have that discussion, let's talk about the morally convicted Red Hood. The dynamic character known as Jason Todd was originally the second Robin to Batman. His childhood was essentially growing up in the slums of Gotham, the worst parts of Gotham that you could ever see. He originally met Batman by taking the tires off of the Batmobile. Jason Todd would sell these car tires because he had no choice. He was living a horrible life in the slums of Gotham, so he had no choice but to steal. However, due to Batman's values and principles of doing what's right, he took Jason Todd in. Batman would essentially try to teach his morals and principles and ideology to Jason Todd, just like he did Dick Grayson. However, the problem is Jason Todd was a lot more reckless than Dick Grayson. A man who was once a criminal is now fighting crime. Jason looks at criminals in a different way than Batman. Batman believes that the worst of people can be brought back to the light and rehabilitated. However, with Jason Todd, that is a different story. Jason Todd severely injures criminals. He pushed a man once out of a building because he ran a pedophile ring and raped kids. However, I have a question for you, the viewer. Do you think the darkest people can be brought back to the light and rehabilitated? Or is it no other way? Do some people deserve death? However, I do think that some dark people can be brought back to the light, but there is also some people that are too far gone. However, Batman believes even the darkest of people, even the most far out of reach people, can be brought back to the light no matter what. However, there is a case for this. Let's look at the Joker and the Batman Arkham games. One of Joker's most horrific crimes was killing a class of kindergarteners. Arkham Joker is perhaps one of the most evil representations of Joker that we have ever seen. Let me just read you this story so you can get a glimpse of how evil this Joker is. Batman was wrong. He had always been wrong about the Joker. There was no madhouse qualified, no prison square enough. Jason knew now after he'd seen tonight. Little arms, little legs, little heads, crudely, mockingly stitched together. He'd come straight from the kindergarten, followed a trail of innocent blood back to Arkham Asylum. Tracker switched off, call communications disabled. He was a ghost. Batman wouldn't find him until it was done. Weeping parents, fighting over patchwork corpses. The sanatorium had been derelict for years. A burnout patch of dead earth on top. A forgotten warrant of cells below. Good, Jason thought. He's already in the dirt. There was a moral line that Bruce had never sworn to cross. Jason would cross it for him. Jason had been watching a grief-stricken mother place her son together when the kindergarten speaker system came to life. No, Robin, he thought. Push it down. Jason pulled back to the heavy iron doors that he would have once led into a laundry chute, dropped into the dark. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, Joker sang. This story right here shows you how far gone the Joker was, how dark of a person he is. Could a person like this truly be redeemed? That's why I asked you, the viewer. Had a person this far gone truly be brought back into the light? I mean, blowing up a kindergarten of kids and having their body parts everywhere, and the parents trying to put the body parts back together and find their kids missing body parts. And this isn't the only crime that Joker has committed. There are way more. Just listen to this.
Criminal. Deceased. Previous convictions include kidnapping, torture, extortion, racketeering, fraud, grave robbing, unlicensed dentistry, counterfeiting, bullying, cyberbullying, badger baiting, bear baiting, duck baiting, wildlife smuggling, monkey baiting, iguana baiting, rhino baiting, failure to adequately restrain a rhino, identity theft, malicious mischief, trespassing, arson, assault, larceny, grand larceny, spectacular larceny, vandalism, forgery, impersonating a police officer, impersonating a doctor, impersonating an airline pilot, unlicensed cabaret entertainment, theft of livestock, unlicensed taxidermy, involuntary manslaughter, voluntary manslaughter, enthusiastic manslaughter, desecration of a corpse, improper disposition of a body, improper labeling of meat products, cannibalism, homicide, regicide, attempted homicide, littering.
My only regret is I didn't do more.
Now you can see how sadistic this version of Joker is. If you look at all the horrific things the Joker has done, can you really blame Jason Todd for wanting to kill him? I'm pretty sure in a real life scenario, most of you will have the same hate for Joker. Most of you will also want to kill him for all of the crimes that he has committed. However, let's have a discussion on the Arkham Knight. The Arkham Knight, a symbol of revenge. Jason Todd became a slave to vengeance and hatred, and we could see this because he is blinded by revenge. Due to the sake of him being blinded by revenge, he does morally wrong stuff. This includes him aiding and helping innocent Ace Chemical workers be killed. And it's all for revenge. We have seen this plenty of times with other characters who are desperate for revenge. For example, Kratos and Thorfinn. In God of War, Kratos was so blinded by his revenge for the gods, he did morally wrong stuff. This was such as flooding the entire world, and in Thorfinn we see that he helped Askeladd raid villages and help innocent people get killed. Revenge is what blinds someone, and it causes people to do horrible things all for the sake of this revenge. However, Jason wasn't completely gone. Even when being blinded by revenge, he was still showing some compassion for the other Bat family members. He still showed care for Oracle and Alfred. It shows that he wasn't completely gone from the cycle of hatred. He also never revealed Batman's identity, but that could have been for another reason, because he didn't want Batman to know he was alive, obviously. The only thing that Jason Todd wanted was for Batman to be dead and to get his revenge, because he believed that was the person who wronged him. The Joker twisted Jason Todd's mind into believing that was the only person that he needed to kill. However, we see at the end of Arkham Knight that Jason Todd has overcome this hatred for Batman. However, Jason Todd's ideology didn't change one bit. And all of us would have thought that Jason Todd would have became good again. He could have been with Batman again, and they could have been fighting crimes together. But their two ideologies puts them apart from one another. Jason's cold-hearted and bloody nature didn't change one bit. He still believed that criminals needed to die, that murderers, rapists, and other horrible people all needed to die, that they deserved the death. Even after being forgiven by Batman for not believing in his morals and principles. After all, Jason has developed his own beliefs and values now. This is why Jason Todd is known as Batman's greatest failure. Because unlike the other members of the Bat family, they understand the ideology of the Batman, the morals and principles that you are supposed to follow. The question is, what is the moral way for solving crime? Crime cannot end, no matter how much police we put out, no matter how much programs we do for this youth. It's no matter how much we do, crime cannot end. And the sole reason crime happens is because of poverty. Poverty causes people to do unimaginable things to get wealth. Everybody wants wealth in life, and that's one thing that we can all agree with. Everyone has a wish to have money and be successful. However, everybody doesn't have the same opportunities. Everybody has different opportunities in life, and some people have to take other ways to get to that point than another person would take. So who should you take? Batman's no-kill rule, or kill criminals for a better Gotham and a better future? In Batman's ideology, we just have the never-ending cycle of putting them in prison again and again and again, and they break out over and over again. This is what happened with the Joker. He put him in Arkham Asylum so many times, and he just broke out again and kept killing people. Killing. Batman even admits that he inherently killed thousands of people just by not killing the Joker, just by not taking one life. Just listen to this.
No more.
All the people I murdered, I let you live.
See, we can see in this movie that Batman even admits to all of the people that have been murdered was because of him, all because he didn't kill the Joker. We can fully see Batman reach his breaking point there, and he couldn't take all of the violence that the Joker was committing. However, the main cycle of Batman putting the criminals in prison just for them to break out and do the same crime again is what infuriates Jason Todd. Jason Todd was conflicted between his moral views and Batman's moral views. However, this is the same concept that we also see in Injustice when Superman kills the Joker. Superman finally becomes to a breaking point and decides to kill a Joker, which is what heroes don't do. Heroes don't kill. And this is what caused Batman and Superman to fight because of their differing ideologies. However, Superman became a tyrant. Jason Todd didn't. Jason Todd just wanted to get criminals. Superman wanted to rule over the world, and he even wanted to put people behind bars for like the smallest crimes possible. However, Batman and Redhood both know won't be an end to crime. The cycle of crime will always continue. You can't end crime, and that even applies to our world. However, Jason isn't a monster. He still wants to save people, but he also has bad habits as well, as he would like to profit from the drug corporations that run Gotham and the criminal drug gangs. Jason Todd is basically a Batman that kills. Jason Todd would much rather be a monster and to protect innocent people while being that monster. Batman believes that the Bat family are his children. In Jason Todd's mind, he thought that Batman would be the last person that allowed him to get hurt. So in the movie Batman Under the Red Hood, you could see the disappointment when he found out the Joker was still alive. He didn't go past that point. Batman didn't go past that breaking point of killing the Joker. However, that was the Batman Under the Red Hood version of Jason Todd. I'm mainly talking about the Arkham Jason Todd. However, they are both similar as they both become Red Hood. You know, they want to control crime. They want to kill criminals. However, in Arkham, Jason Todd was left for dead, and that's why he hated Batman. He was manipulated into that. And Jason Todd and Batman Under the Red Hood was just angered at Batman for not killing the Joker, as he said, I don't blame you for not saving me, or I'm not mad at you for not saving me. The overall question is, what is the morally right way for Gotham? Which one is the correct ideology? Jason or Batman's morals and principles? What is the correct way for morality on criminals? What is the correct way to handle them? You could say that Jason Todd's way of handling crime is more realistic than Batman's. However, it is way more dark than Batman's. Gotham is already dark enough. Where is that light that we need in Darkham? The symbolism of hope. When you look up and see the bat signal in the sky, it's a warning. It is the symbol of hope to the citizens of Gotham. Having a hero who kills is pretty much the same as the criminals. Let me ask you this question. If Batman killed, would he be seen as a hero? Would he be seen as Gotham's symbolism of hope? A way to inspire people and provide light in a dark city. However, in Red Hood's way, he does good and bad things. However, Jason Todd is nowhere near a hero since he still loves taking place in criminal acts. Red Hood balances his moral and immoral side. We see this when he takes the profits and cash from the crimes for himself. But we also see his moral side when he doesn't want drugs to be sold to children and telling the criminals to stay away from playgrounds. Jason even wants to convince Batman that you need to control crime, not fight against it, but control it. The thing is, Batman always believes in a second chance when it comes to anybody. Like I said before, Batman believes he can bring anybody back from the light and rehabilitate them, no matter how far gone they are. Batman believes in redemption and second chances toward anyone, even the Joker. Batman inspires people that no matter how bad it gets, it is always another chance at the end of the tunnel. Just think about the insane things the Joker has done. He has done horrific things to Batman's family members. He killed countless innocents. The other Batman villains are just not on Joker's level. Joker has no moral code. He would do any horrific act for the fun of it. The thing is, what are Joker's motivations for doing all of this bad stuff? Is it just for fun? I mean, is it just for greed? I mean, what is it for? The thing is with Jason is, he doesn't want all criminals dead. He only wants the people that are too far gone in criminality for them to be gone. Jason might punish them, but he won't brutally murder them in cold blood. It's just like when he was a kid and was forced to commit crimes because he had no money. He had no other way out. These are the opportunities that he had. He didn't do the crime because he enjoyed doing that act of immorality. It's just because he had no choice. However, Jason still has a good sense of morality. He still wants to do good by the people. Batman also believes if he kills the Joker, someone worse will come doing to take the Joker's place. I think Batman is definitely in the wrong for not killing the Joker, but the thing is, we don't understand Batman's character. It's in Batman's moral code to not kill, and that is his character. The thing is, no matter how much Batman wants to kill a Joker, he just simply can't do it because that is a part of his character. Just listen to this, for example, and you will get it more.
No! God almighty, no! It'd be too damned easy. All I've ever wanted to do is kill him. A day doesn't go by when I don't think about subjecting him to every horrendous torture he's dealt out to others, and then end him.
Aw, so you do think about me.
But if I do that...
It is simply too easy. Batman believes if he kills the Joker, he won't ever go back. If he does kill a Joker, he will go back to that dark past of when his parents were killed. Batman believes that if he was to kill the Joker, he would not stop killing, and that wouldn't make him any better than the criminals that he fights against on a daily basis. Let's say if it was a real life superhero and he went around, just killing all the criminals. You might like it, but you also might be scared of that person because he just kills the criminals with no effort or no emotion. So you might be scared that he could maybe turn evil one day and do that to humanity. That's basically the route that Batman doesn't want to go down. He doesn't want to become a bad person. He doesn't want to be seen just like how the criminals in Gotham are. Batman's idealism focuses on concepts such as fairness, justice, and relentless. However, the flaw in Batman's ideology is all of the people that die because of it. It isn't a perfect ideology. It's far from a perfect ideology. But in this world, we know that nothing can ever be perfect. No matter how many times you try to perfect something, it's just an impossible task to do. Bruce Wayne has a lot of flaws with his morals or principles. Batman is a good person, but he has a dark side. If you were to let that out, and perhaps he would be worse than a Joker. He might not be the greatest person, but he overcomes that dark side and does what's best for the people of Gotham. Even with this darkness to him, Batman is the symbolization of hope. Jason Todd, or the Red Hood, is supposed to be the symbolization of Batman's dark side. It's the other route that Batman could have went down, yet he chose to kill a Joker, or maybe even chose to go into violence when he was a kid. Batman also has a hatred for guns because of his past trauma as a child. He believes guns are a coward's weapon. As we know, Jason Todd uses guns, the exact opposite of Batman. However, even Batman's ideology is not perfect. Red Hood, aka Jason Todd's ideology, isn't perfect either. Jason's ideology isn't perfect. Jason's moral and principles have flaws just like Batman's. Neither ideologies are perfect. His strong, courageous nature and having a motivation to protect innocent creates the flaws and weaknesses in his character. He thinks because he kills people who have done immoral acts, he believes that makes him better than Batman, but it actually makes him worse than Batman. Jason displays his moral superiority throughout so many issues. He becomes a killer which kills the killers. Jason preaches on how much better he is than Batman, but he possibly had an opportunity to end the crime rings in Gotham. But he didn't end the crime rings in Gotham. Batman was in his position. He would have ended the crime rings in Gotham. Where Jason chose not to end the crime rings and use it for his own personal gain. He did it for a good act because he wanted the crime rings to stay away from children. However, he still took place in criminal by having a hatred for crime. This corruption is what balances his immoral and moral side, making him an anti-hero. But it is pretty hypocritical that he still took place in crime, even though he is trying to end crime or control crime. But it's still pretty hypocritical, and it's a flaw in his idealism. But why is he called the failed Robin, or Batman's greatest failure? The main mistake Batman made when he adopted Jason Todd is he thought he would have turned out the same way that Dick Grayson is, the first Robin. He took a teenager of the streets that was forced into a life of crime, a person with an entire different mindset, personality, and ideals. Not everyone is going to listen to you. Batman treated Jason like the other members of the Bat family, welcoming him as a son of his own and treating him with love and respect. Batman expected him to be the same as Grayson. Jason deeply struggled with anger. He wasn't mentally stable to be Robin yet. He was violent, always questioned Batman's morals and principles. Batman learned how to control his rage. Jason didn't. Mentally unstableness is what caused Batman's greatest failure. But the real topic is the innocent lives lost at Batman's ideology. The thing is, Batman is right. Some of the worst people can be brought back into the light and rehabilitated. However, what about the people that are beyond redemption? What about the people that cannot come back to the light? For those beyond redemption, Gotham citizens are at mercy of the people beyond redemption, which will result in more people being killed over and over again as they break out from Arkham Asylum. This is a cycle that will continue and continue. How many lives will be lost for that one slithering hope of redemption? Now let's talk about Jason's ideology. By taking lives, you're showing the next generation that killing is the right answer, and killing should not be the correct answer to anything. The cycle of violence continues, and violence continues and goes on more and more with Jason Todd's way. However, with Batman's way, even though it's more challenging, it can provide a symbol of hope and inspire future heroes that killing isn't the answer. A hero is a person who is admired or idealized for courage, outstanding achievements, or noble qualities. That is the true definition of a hero, and that's what every hero should strive to be. Poverty is the ultimate desperation that turns good men into having cruel natures. Eradicating evil is a near impossible task. Who is Batman or Jason Todd to decide who lives and who dies? I believe outside of Batman's ideology and outside of Red Hood's ideology that the court system should actually decide who lives and who dies. What I'm basically saying is the death penalty. If someone is truly beyond redemption and they arrive at Arkham Asylum, I think they should be given the death penalty because that is the morally correct way because of the law, just like in our world. Just like in our world, they have many prisoners on death row. The prisoners on death row are the people that cannot be redeemed for the horrific acts they have committed on earth, and that is why they get the death penalty. But that is the morally correct way to kill the criminals who are beyond redemption. So I'm asking you, the viewer, do you think that Batman will believe in the death penalty? Killing is never a morally good decision, but sometimes it is absolutely necessary. And I think that the death penalty is a necessity that should exist in Gotham. Maybe it already does, I don't know, but I feel like a lot of these Batman criminals, like the Joker, should be on death row. I feel like that would be the correct way to kill the Joker. Out of all the crimes the Joker has committed, I think he well deserves the death penalty. I mean, blowing up a school of kindergarteners, like, come on, that's enough to be on a death penalty. What if you kill the wrong person? Someone who was forced or pressured to be a criminal. Is that morally right? Evil cannot be harmed when it is dead. Fighting evil is a near impossible task. The reason why is because evil is a part of human nature. So as long as humans exist, evil will always exist as well. This sense of idealism isn't always the way. Idealism always won't solve the problems that we go through on a daily basis. It won't solve the world's problems. However, the law is also corrupt. Criminals escape justice all the time. Maybe in a situation of Gotham, idealism isn't the real solution, but maybe realism is actually the real solution to Gotham's problems. However, I don't think it's all necessarily Batman's faults. All of the deaths caused by the Joker and pretty much anybody else in his rogue gallery. The Gotham's court systems pretty much sucked. How is the death penalty not being put out to these super criminals who go around murdering about 1,000 people a day? Where is the death penalty? Now, locking Joker up for the first time, I understand it. You don't have to kill him because he hardly hasn't committed much crimes left. But still allowing him to live after he's broke out of Arkham Asylum 1,000 times and killed and killed and killed again constantly. The two things about Jason Todd and Batman's ideology is both have good arguments against each other. Killing influences killing. If Jason Todd start killing, he is a symbol to other heroes that killing is the right answer. However, the Batman is a symbol of hope in a dark city. Batman is a role model that inspires other heroes that you don't have to kill to achieve good things in the world. Some people can truly be brought back and redeemed and turn into good people. However, on the other hand, you hear stuff like this.
Tells him to kill the bat, he killed the bat.
Joker told me to kill my sister once.
Did you do it?
Hell yeah! Never liked her anyway.
You're cold, man. Funny thing, he said the same with me. I told him I didn't even have a sister. He just kept telling me to do it. So I got in my car, ran over the first bitch I saw. Joker said that.
He's a barrel of kind of a mystery, you know? I mean, don't get me wrong, but he acts all crazy one minute, and then the next he's all plans and jobs. Who knows what goes on in that head?
Not our problem. But if he sends Harley back down here, we'll really be in trouble. Anyone got anything to drink?
Got a handful of meds.
Did anybody catch that game last night? Now, since you've seen that video, you see how horrible some of these criminals in Gotham can be. Those are people that cannot be redeemed. These are the people that in Gotham should be on death row. However, when it comes to Batman's ideology and Red Hood's ideology, which one is the better option? Which one is better? In my opinion, I would say neither one is better than the other. They both have flaws. No ideology can be perfect. With Red Hood's ideology, he's killing, which is already morally bad. He's also no better than the street criminals of Gotham. Red Hood can't be seen as a hero, but maybe he doesn't want to be a hero. With Batman's idealism, he is costing the citizens of Gotham to be at mercy of the people who are beyond redemption, the monsters of the Gotham streets. This is where I ask you, the viewer, what is the morally correct way for Gotham? Red Hood or the Batman? I would love to see some arguments on what's morally right in this situation.